Maybe remove apa ni?
This call is now being recorded.
Okay, the session for today is like usual, all right? It's being recorded so that I can start the class, yeah? So please let the section or let the system record the session for today, huh? Do not, set the setting or you adjust the setting, let it record the session for today, right? Especially if you using a computer or using a laptop. Okay, so let it record and then do not interfere with the setting lah, ya. Jangan kacau dia punya setting itu, right? Okay, so if you can see my presentation like usual, okay, today I promise you that we are going to start the new chapter for today. Again, I want to remind you again that any practical exercise, we will be doing the practical side of the lesson when you come back to school. For example, maybe next month, okay, 5th of April, when you all come back to the school, we directly do when you come to the lab, and then maybe when you are in the lab, okay, lab session, we will do all the activity, okay, including activity in chapter 1 that we have missed during the online session, yeah, because I cannot tell you the practical side of it, yeah, using online, okay, online interface, yeah. We need to do the experiment, we need to do the activity when you all come back to the school next month, hopefully. All right, so if you can see my presentation, now we are starting to new chapter or new themes for today. All right, so the first theme is finished. The first themes only include one chapter only. All right, the introduction in science only, right? So this is themes number 2. If you look at the table of content on your textbook, all right, there are 3 chapter in these themes. Okay, tema ni dia ada banyak bab, ya. That's why we call it themes, because inside a themes there are maybe 1 or more chapter. All right, so themes number 2. Okay, themes number 2 is consists of 3 chapter. Chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. Okay, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. If you still remember our introduction on our first class of online class, the first class, we already what we call go through the content of the chapter in science form 1, right? So themes number 2, we have 3 chapter. Chapter 2, cell as the basic unit of life, and then chapter 3, coordination and response, and then chapter 4, reproduction. All right, so themes number 2, we are going to learn about living things, right? You're going to learn about how the living things function, okay, including us as human, animal, and plant. Human, animal, and plant, because this all include in what we call the living organism or the living things. That's why themes number 2, the title for themes number 2 is maintenance and continuity of life. The keyword here is life. Life ini ialah apa? Kehidupan. Okay, meaning that benda yang hidup, living organism. Okay, or maybe after you are going to form 4, you want to take SPM, you learn pure science that we call biology. Okay, biology. Biology is the study of living organism or the study of life. Yeah. So themes number 2, maintenance and continuity of life. We are going to study the process, how the inner working of living organism include us as human, animal, and plant, and then maybe some some microorganism as well, right? So we go to next one. Okay, themes number 2, chapter 2. We're going to learn about, the title for today is Cell as the Basic Unit of Life. We're going to learn what is the cell and then why it is called basic unit of life. What is meaning by basic? Apa maksud basic ini? Asas dia, the foundation. We can say that cell is the foundation of the foundation or the building block of life. Okay, we start from cell, and then from cell it will grow, and then from the cell we can organize it into organism. Later we go through what is the organization of the cell. So in chapter 2, it is the basic in biology or the basic of living organism. We're going to learn about cell. Okay, I go directly into 2.1. You can also open your textbook, or maybe later you can open your textbook page 40, 46, yeah? Okay. Okay, page 46. 2.1, cell structure, function, and organization. Okay, structure, what is the structure of the cell, what it is made of, and then the maybe parts of the cell. Number 2, their function and their organization. Organization mean what? What we call the ranking of the cell. Okay, so I directly go to the topic. What is the cell? You can say that cell is the basic unit of life. Basic unit, meaning that the foundation of, or the building block of any of what we call of living organism. The basic unit, or we can say the building block. B-U-I-L-D-B-L-O-C-K. The building block of life. Okay, because any living organism start with cell. For example, the analogy here, we take analogy here, analogy of the house. Okay, analogy of a house, because the house is built by what? The house is built by layer by bricks. Okay, can you see here? Individual bricks. So we can say that the bricks is the basic unit of the house. Okay, when we arrange the brick, you want to build the house, for example. You want to build the house, you must arrange the brick according to the arrangement neatly, and then in order to build the house or to build the building. Okay, you can use the same analogy as our cell in the body. Cell in our body, cell in any living organism. You can say that the cell in our body is just like a brick when you build a house. Okay, one by one, small what we call individual cell make up the what we call made up what we are right now. Okay, can you understand this? What is cell? Building block of life, or you can say that it is the basic unit of life, the basic unit of life. Okay, because inside our body there are million and 100 million of cells that build our body, right? Can we see the cell, class? Can we see the cell using our bare eyes, naked eye? Boleh nampak? We cannot see the cell. Yeah? Yes, very good. We cannot see the cell because it is very, very small. You need to use specialized equipment such as microscope. Later on, okay, when you go back, we go back to the school, we will try to observe the cell by using microscope later on, right? So can you understand what is the cell? Every living organism, yeah, okay, every living organism start with a single cell, and then it will multiply, and then with a special arrangement inside the body, it will what we call become an organism. become an organism, just like the brick building, the people will lay the brick that found or built the house. The simple analogy as that. All right. Okay. All right. So our body here is made up of cells. Okay. Not one cell, not two cell, not even 1,000 or 100,000, but million is not, if not billion of cell inside our body. Okay. And then each cell has its own special purpose or special function. It has its own function. Okay. So later we go on to learn about the special function of the cell, right? Okay. And then this is in the history. All right. So I think you can read it for yourself. Just the history side, when the first scientists discovered the cell, when it observed a piece of cork here, C-O-R-K, and then he saw a small box-shaped structure, and then you can read it for yourself. This is just the history side of science, all right? The earlier scientists who is discovered the cell, okay? Okay, next one. What is the function of cell? Second one is the function of cell. It will try to carry all life function. Carry life function such as what? Growth, respiration, reproduction, and excretion. You just remember that only. There are many life function in our body. For example, the what we call growth. Okay, we need the pembesaran. We call it growth, respiration, reproduction, and excretion. There are many others, but you just remember these four only. Growth, respiration, reproduction, and excretion. What's meaning by growth? Growth mean you are getting larger. Maybe you are what we call increase in height. All right, and then maybe you will increase in, not just increase in height, but increase in weight. Right now you are still what, 13 years old, right? You are still growing, okay, because you are adolescent now. You are teenagers. You are not yet adult, and then you are still growing. Okay, this is the what we call the function of one of the function of the cell. Growth, respiration, reproduction, and excretion. And then we can say that cell resembles or similar to microscopic factory that have a chemical reaction. Thousands of chemical reaction occur. Okay, inside the cell, it will form a variety of process in order to keep us alive. Okay, that's why I said there are many type of cell, and then each of the cell has its own function. We're going to that later. Okay, and then without this cell, we as an organism cannot survive without the cell. Okay, so you may what we call say that single cell is that just like a microscopic, what they call microscopic factory. What is the function of factory? To do the process, and then to what we call to keep our body process, for what? For growth, and then for respiration, and for excretion. Okay. All right, next one. How the cell divide or how the cell growth, we call it division process. Cell undergo the division process to form a new cell and replace the damaged cell. Okay. If people ask you how the cell inside our body reproduce, they call it a division process. Division process. Okay. You just remember this, right? Also, maybe after you go to Form 4 and Form 5, you will learn more about the division of the cell. Okay. And then you can see, this is how one cell, through a process that we call division, and then it will become two cell. Okay. Why it's divide? Why the cell divide into two? Because maybe they want to, number one, replace the damaged cell or replace the older cell. Because like us, cell also got its own what we call age. It cannot be there forever. It need to be replaced. And then some of the cell may be damaged. That's why the cell need to reproduce or to divide in order to continue the body process or to continue the body function. Okay, later so one cell undergo division. What is the division? The splitting of the cell. This is what we call the division. Division from the word divide. The cell split into two, and then from two cell may be split into four, and then four into 16, and then it's carry on. Carry on, divided. When the cell is damaged, you understand? When the cell is damaged, or when the cell is old and then cannot carry on the function anymore, then it will be replaced by other cell. Sorry, it will be replaced by division of the cell. Okay? All right. You can see the QR code here. Can you see the QR code here? If you have handphone, you can scan it to watch the video. Okay, you can scan by using your handphone, or maybe you can go to the Googles, and then you can try to search the division of cell. You can see what we call the process of the real, maybe the real, if not animation process of cell division. Okay. All right. What is this? Science exploration. Okay. This is about cancer. Cancer, yeah. Cancer is a disease that what we call people nowadays have this disease. Many of people have this disease. Okay, actually, what the cancer is all about. Cancer, we call it, the person have cancer when the normal cell divide continuously without control. Okay, this is what cancer is all about. Normal cell is divided. Okay, like I said earlier, normal cell will divide because of what? Because of to replace the older cell, or to replace the dying cell, or the cell that die, replaced by the new cell. Okay, normal cell, yeah. But during the cancer patient, they discover that the normal cell will divide continuously without control. This is what we call by cancer. Okay, so there are many types of cancer, right? There are nose cancer, and then there are mouth cancer. It is all because of the uncontrollable division of the cell, of the normal cell. What trigger the uncontrollable division? Maybe what? Maybe smoking, maybe the things that we eat, maybe the chemical substance that we expose or we ingest, maybe trigger that what we call continuous division of the cell without control. That is what cancer is all about, right? So it starts from cancer cell. It comes from normal. Actually, it is a normal cell, and then it will become tumor. A tumor is the smaller one, all right? And then if the tumor is not being treated, or the tumor is not being removed, it will become larger, and then it will become cancerous. It will become cancerous. And then please remember, the cancer cell can enter the blood vessel and go to the another parts of body. Okay, this is what we call when there may be about a stage 4 cancer. Stage 4 cancer, there are stages in cancer. Yeah? If you undergo stage 4, meaning that the cancer cell have what we call spread entire body. The cell is spreading entire body. So it is very hard for the person to what we call recover from the cancer lah. And then usually mortality lah, the death, kematian among the cancer patient when the cancer is stage 4 lah, where the uncontrollable cell what we call a rogue cell, R-O-U-G-E, rogue cell. Ini sel yang jahat ini ya, cell that is divide. Already what we call spreading entire body, and then it will cause the person to become very sick, to become very sick. And then maybe for the second stage or third stage here, the tumor can be removed. How to remove? Maybe the doctor will perform an operation just to remove the cancerous area or cancerous tumor only. But when the cancer is become larger, it cannot be removed anymore, because if it removed, maybe it will the patient, the what we call the patient, what we call percent to recover or to live is very low. Okay, this is how cancer is all about. Okay, can you understand this? You can do try to do the try to seek more information on the internet, right, about cancer. Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. Right. So next one, the structure of animal cell and plant cell. I will skip this. Make sure you mark the topic for me, because when we all come back to the school, we will do this practical. Okay. The structure of animal cell and plant cell. The practical I will skip. Okay. We will do directly after you come to the school. Go to the lab, then we will do this. All right. But 48, I will skip. 49 also I will skip. And then this one, page 50. Okay. Page 50, you must remember there are two types of cell. All right. There are two types of cell. One is what we call by animal cell and plant cell. Okay. As usual, what is animal cell? Animal cell is the cell that is only found in animal, and then plant cell only in plant. Okay. You must able to identify the structure of the cell, and then also identify what is the difference between the animal and plant cell. Okay. And then for the most of the parts inside the cell, the function and the parts of the cell is the same. Okay. Maybe got maybe 2 or 3 different only between animal cell and plant cell. Okay. Like usual, when you are going to learn about when you going to the study about the living organism, you must be able to identify their parts and also their function. This is very important in teams number 2 in biology. Okay, the first picture is what we call a plant cell, right? You must identify the what we call parts and function of plant cell. Okay, so we go one by one. The first one is chloroplast. Okay, chloroplast only in plant, only in plant. Okay, what are the function? To absorb light energy, right? Absorb light energy for photosynthesis. Okay, for photosynthesis. Okay. Next one is cell membrane. Okay, what is the cell membrane? Only in plant also, only in plant. Okay, what is the cell membrane function? Control the flow of material in and out of the cell. Control the flow of material. What type of material? Maybe oxygen and nutrient. Oxygen and nutrient. They will control. There is a cell membrane that cover around the cell. We call it cell membrane. Okay, next one. Next one is mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria, both plant cell and animal cell. And animal cell. Okay, sorry. Cell membrane, cell membrane, both plant cell and animal cell. Sorry, chloroplast only in plant cell. Okay, cell membrane in both cell, animal cell and plant cell. Mitochondria also in plant cell and also inside animal cell. Mitochondria, you just remember, produce energy for the reaction. Produce energy. Okay. So next one is vacuole. Next one is vacuole. Vacuole exists in plant cell only. Okay, exists in plant cell only, not in animal cell. There is no vacuole in animal cell. So what is the function? Support cell when filled with cell sap. Okay, cell sap may be just a fluid inside the vacuole in order to cell to become turgid or become bigger, bigger a bit. All right, to what we call to support the plant. All right. Next one is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm in both what? In both plant cell and animal cell has cytoplasm. So what is the function of cytoplasm? Chemical reaction occur here. Okay. Next one is next one is the cell wall. Cell wall only in plant. Okay, cell wall only in plant cell, not in animal cell. So what is the function? Support, protection, and fixed shape of the cell. Okay, and then the last one, for a plant cell, it has nucleus. And then you must remember, it also has nucleus in plant and animal cell. Both cell has nucleus. Okay, so what is the function of the nucleus? Control the all activity in the cell, and then contain chromosome that contain DNA. What is the DNA? That carries genetic information. Okay, nucleus. Inside the nucleus, we have DNA. DNA, what is the DNA? DNA is the what we call the structure that contain all of our information. Okay, information such as what? For example, in human, the information is what skin color are you, what the hair color, what is your eye color, and then what else? Your type of hair, whether it is straight hair or curly hair. So that is the example of what we call genetic information that's stored into DNA. For example, our DNA, okay, our DNA is maybe the combination of the information from father and mother. Okay, and then the father and mother also got their own DNA, right? And then it will combine, and then they will combine the DNA to have us. Okay, so that's it, what we call a DNA. So where is DNA located? You just remember DNA located in the nucleus of the cell. Okay, can you understand the cell, the plant cell? Okay, next one is the animal cell. Okay, I won't go through animal cell because all the function, all the parts are the same, but you must try to remember the location, the parts, the location of the cell. All right. So cell membrane, like usual, I won't repeat this. The same as the plant cell, Mitochondria also the same, nucleus also the same, cytoplasm also the same function as plant cell. Okay, so what is the difference? There are about 3 parts that has in plant, but there is no do not absent in animal cell. What are the parts? Number one, cell wall, only in plant. Mitochondria, sorry, mitochondria is not. Chloroplast, only in plant. Okay, and then the last one is what? Vacuole. Okay, can you understand this? Chloroplast in plant, vacuole in plant, and cell wall only in plant. Okay, not in animal cell. And then again, the shape of the cell, because you can see here the plant cell, the shape is square, right? Rectangle, very fixed shape. Dia punya bentuk dia kekal sama. Plant cell, If animal cell, what is the shape of the animal cell? Is round. Okay, and maybe some of the animal cell, the shape of the cell is not what we call is irregular. Okay, but most of the plant cell has a fixed shape, bentuk dia. Alright, can you understand this? Boleh faham? Again, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Again, parts and function of both cell, and then what is the difference that only has in plant cell? Okay, I already covered that. We have three parts that only has in plant cell: chloroplast, vacuole, and cell wall. Okay, the others are the same. Next one. So this is the, wait, I want to rotate the pages because the pages is, where is it? Okay, I want to rotate it first. Right. Okay, rotate. All right. So in page 52, you can read it for yourself. This is what we call the comparison between the animal and plant cell. Okay, the comparison between animal and plant cell. All right. So like this. Maybe later lah. Maybe later I will ask you to draw the animal animal cell and plant cell, and then do the comparison. Okay, maybe later lah. All right. Okay, next one. Okay, this one I think I will skip. I will start other classes. So, do you have any question about cell before we stop here?
No.
No question, right? So, this is what? The structure and function. Okay, this is I want you to do. Okay, I need you, all right? You open to page, this page, page 50, right? Okay, page 52, I'm sorry. Page 52, yes, good. Thank you. First, 52. Okay, like this. I need you to draw, okay? I need you to draw animal cell and plant cell into your exercise book, the long blue book. And then you label it. If you want to color it, no problem. Okay, it's better for you. If you want to color it, it's much better. So you can not page 52, page 50 and page 51. One label, okay, one plant cell, one pages, one plant cell, and then another pages animal cell. Write the label, the parts, and then also write the parts and also write the function of each part of plant and animal cell. Okay, this is your homework. Okay, you draw. Okay, you draw the animal cell number one and plant cell. Okay, because this is very important. Ini sangat penting ini, ya. You draw Make sure why I need you to draw it, because you can identify the parts, because different parts, different what we call place, different position, different parts and function of the cell. Okay, and then you can do the what we call what is the similarity, and then the uh, different between animal cell and plant cell. All right, before we start, next class, unicellular and multicellular organism. Can you understand my direction, my instruction? You just
Yes,
draw.
sir.
Okay, good. Just draw animal cell, page 51, plant cell, page 50, page 50. Okay, plant cell, page 50, and then animal cell, page 51. Okay, and then your workbook, because your workbook, there is no label. Okay, your workbook here, there is no label, so that's why I need you to draw and then label the parts and function of the cells, animal and plant cell. Okay, for workbook, you just do chapter 2. All right, question number 1A and 1B, 1C, and then question number 2A and 2B only. Very, very short exercise here, according to you, to your workbook here. Okay, but don't worry, I will give you information, further information on our Telegram groups. Okay, you have any question to ask
No.
before we start? Sorry, before we stop here. Okay, if there is no question, I will stop at unicellular and multicellular organism. Yeah, I will stop at here. Okay, unicellular and multicellular organism. So this subtopic here, I will continue to the next class. Okay, so if you have nothing to ask, and then I think we can stop here. All right, we stop here, and then we'll be seeing you again next week at what time? Not next week. Next class is tomorrow lah, right? Tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. But I think I won't do Google Classroom, because let me think about it, because so many, right? Tomorrow you got so many classes, I will think about it. Okay, maybe we just doing what we call tutorial only, because tomorrow you have so many classes, RBT, moral, geography, bahasa Cina, BM, and science. Let me think about it. Okay, and then if I have any plan or any change of plan, I will tell you on our I will tell you all in our Telegram group. Yeah. So we stop here, can? Right. So we stop here, and then we continue tomorrow. Maybe just 20 or 30 minutes for tomorrow, and then you just do my exercise that I've told you. Right. So
Okay.
thank you very much. All right. You can leave the class.
Thank you,
Thank you. We
sir.
see you all tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.